Good day everyone. Again, I'm Sir Gilbert. This time, pag-aralan naman natin ang isa pang competency na tumutukoy sa mga learner on how to illustrate the different subsets of a real number. So, as we all know that pag sinabi nating subsets, yun ay makikita natin as part of elements of a certain sets. In this case, that's the real numbers. So, bago natin talakayin ang competency na yon, let's have first a simple recall on our previous lessons. So, this time on how to convert a fraction to a decimal. So, kung mapapansin nyo, that's 9/5. It's an improper fraction. So, in converting a fraction to a decimal, you have to divide the numerator by a denominator. So, in this case, that 9 will serve as our dividend. So, siya yung nasa loob na ating division sign. Whereas yung 5 naman na denominator will serve as our divisor. So, mapapansin nyo, we divide 9 by 5. So, the result will be 1.8. Okay, so 9/5, it's equivalent to a decimal form, it's 1.8. Next is to convert 1/3 to a decimal. So 1/3 to a decimal is, again, 1 will serve as our dividend and 3 will serve as our divisor. So that's 1 divided by 3. You cannot divide 1 by 3. So maglalagay tayo ng 0. Okay? Then add zeros, then 10 divided by 3, so that's 3 and so on. Okay? So divide, multiply, subtract. Okay? So ayan, no? So lumalabas dito na yung we still have a remainder. Okay? Kasi itong 1/3 pag kinonvert natin to a decimal ay siya ay non-terminating repeating decimals. Kaya 0.33 with the 3 dots, meaning that's ellipsis, and or you can represent it with 0.3 with a vinculum, that bar over that repeated. So next one is to convert 3/8 to a decimal. So 3/8 is a proper fraction. That's 3 divided by 8. So the result is 0.375. So 0.375 is a terminating decimal. Yan, okay? So, bakit natin kailangan i-convert yung mga fraction to decimal? Later on, malalaman natin as we go through on how to plot real numbers on a number line. Mas madali kasing i-plot yung fractions kung i-convert natin to a decimal. So, next one is the square roots. Okay? So, square roots that are rational and square roots that are irrational number. So, napag-aralan na rin natin to, no? Gaya nito, example natin, square root of 27. Alam naman natin na yung 27 is between the perfect squares 25 and 36. So, meaning yung square root of 27 lies in between 5 and 6. Also, 27 is closer to 25 than to 36. So, it should be closer to 5 than to 6 when plotted to a number line. Tama. Kasi nga, kung titignan natin, yung 25 o yung mas malapit sa 27 compared to 36. Diba? So, kaya paano natin siya ilalagay sa number line? Ayan, no? So, ito yung 5. So, ito yung 5 natin. So, that's 25. And this one is the 36. Itong 27 natin ay mas malapit na malapit sa 25. Kaya andun siya, no? Dito yung point ilalagay natin. Okay? So, ayan. Next one is square root of 98. 98 is in between perfect squares 81 and 100. So, 98, no? Malapit siya sa 100 pag kumpara natin sa 81. And that lies between 9 and 10 para sa integers natin. Okay? At gaya na sinabi ko, 98 is closer to 100. So, bandang kanan pag inilagay natin sa number line. Ayun, no? So, makikita natin that yung 9, which is equivalent to square root of 81, and 10, that's equivalent to square root of 100. Malapit siya doon, yung square root of 98. Okay? So this time, let's now have the lesson 1 on our competency, subsets of real numbers. So a subset of real numbers ay dinivide natin yan into 2. Okay, so those are the sets of rational numbers and sets of irrational numbers. So under rational numbers, makikita natin yung integers, di ba? So ibig sabihin, yung integers is a rational number. Ano pa? Yung whole numbers is also a rational number. Pero kung titignan nyo, yung whole number na yan ay nasa loob ng integers. So meaning, a whole number are elements of integers, and integers are elements of rational numbers, and rational numbers are elements of real numbers, as to with irrational numbers, di ba? Sabi nga natin kanina, real numbers, ang subset ng real numbers ay yung ang pag-aaralan natin, and that's rational numbers and irrational numbers. Okay, so as we continue, so natural numbers or counting numbers are part of whole numbers, and whole numbers are part of integers, and integers are part of rational numbers, and rational numbers are part of real numbers. Okay? So kaya ito yung mga subsets niya. Ayan. So tandaan niyo yung mga symbols natin. Ito yung para sa rational numbers, that's Q, and that Z is a symbol for integers, and that W is a symbol for our whole numbers, and N for natural numbers, and that Q with that asterisk or Q prime is a symbol for an irrational numbers. Okay, ano nga ba yung rational numbers? So the set of rational numbers is composed of those that can be expressed as a quotient of two integers. Tama, no? So pag sinabi natin rational numbers, pwede natin siya express as A over B. At ano yung A and B? Those are integers, pero ang B should not be equal to 0. So that rational numbers can be in a fractional form or in the form of a decimal. We also say that rational numbers in decimal forms are terminating decimals or non-terminating repeating decimals. Okay? So take note ang decimal lang pagdating natin sa rational numbers, it's only terminating decimals and in non-terminating repeating decimals. Ano pa ang rational numbers? Kung makikita nyo nga rito, natural counting numbers, whole numbers, and integers are all rational numbers since they can be written in the form A over B. Diba? So, ito ay napag-aralan na rin naman natin. So, makikita nyo yan dito sa ating video na sa taas. Okay? So, kung gusto nyong balikan yung video natin na yon, so, pwede nyo siyang panoorin ulit. Okay? With 1 as the denominator. Ayan, no? So, with 1 is the denominator. So, examples natin dito ay negative 12. Oh, that's a negative integer. Negative 3 is also a negative integer. So, kita natin na rational nga siya. So 0. 0 is a part of a whole number. So that's a rational number also. 5, 11, 23. So those are rational numbers. Kasi nga sabi doon, lagyan lang natin ng 1. Negative 12 over 1. So that's A over B. O rational number na siya. Negative 3 over 1. So it's rational number na siya. Diba? Wag lang siyang maging 0. So magiging undefined yan. So 7 over 8. 7 over 8 is a fraction. Proper fraction. So 7 over 8, A, 7, 8, B. So obviously it's a rational number. So 2 and 3/5, it's a mixed number. Pag kinonvert naman natin yan into an improper fraction, A over B din yan eh. Diba? Ayan, no? So 2 and 3/5 is also a rational number. 0.5. 0.5 decimal, terminating decimal. Same thing with 9.44. They are terminating decimals, then they are considered as rational numbers. Square root of 25. Square root of 25, that 25, the radicand 25 is a perfect square. So therefore, this square root of 25 is a square root that is a rational number, because square root of 25, its equivalent is 5. Okay, its principal root is 5. 1.407, wherein the 07 has a vinculum meaning that's repeating decimal. Same thing with 0.03030303. Okay? So that's repeating decimals. Okay? So yun ay rational numbers. Ano naman tong integers? Integers, the set of integers include the negative integers, the zero, and the positive integers. For instance, negative 5. Okay, may tatlo tayong tuldok dyan. Ibig sabihin yan, may kasunod pa yun, no? Pakaliwa. At dito rin, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. May tatlong tuldok tayo dyan. So, ellipsis, may karugtong pa yan. Okay? So, take note, ang representation natin dyan, it's a brace. Okay? Because that's an element. Okay? Ano pa? How about whole numbers? A whole number is the set of whole numbers composed of the set of natural numbers and zero. So, kasama ang natural numbers plus yung zero, yun ay whole numbers. Okay? So, natural numbers naman, ang ibang tawag natin ay counting numbers. The set of natural and counting numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. These are the numbers you use when counting things. It starts with 1 and continues indefinitely. Okay? So, yun ang tungkol sa ating rational numbers. Ano naman tong irrational numbers? So, irrational numbers are the set of consist of those that cannot be written as a quotient of two integers. Diba? Yung kanina ang rational number ay pwede natin express as a over b. But this time, hindi natin sila pwede i-convert as a over b. For example, kasi nga ito yung sinasabi nating decimal which are non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. Hindi siya terminating pero hindi rin siya repeating. Kasi ang rational natin dapat ay non-terminating pero repeating siya. Okay? So, hindi tuloy-tuloy. Kaya ganito, a pi. A pi, its equivalent is 3.1415. Ayun. Okay, karugtong pa yan. Okay? Pero, hindi siya paulit-ulit. Okay? So, iba-iba na. Ito naman letter E is Euler's numbers. That's 2.718281. Continuous din yan, pero hindi siya mauulit. Square root of 2 is also an irrational number. Kasi pag kinonvert natin yan into a decimal, that's 1.414213 and so on. Ellipsis natin. Okay, ayun, yung tatlong tuldok na. Ibig sabihin yan, may kasunod pa, pero hindi pa ulit-ulit. Okay din, no? 1.732588075688. Ayun, no? Diba? So, irrational numbers yun. Hindi natin sila pwedeng express as A over B. So, hindi natin sila ma-express as A over B. Okay? So, irrational number yon. Okay? Ayan. That's subsets of rational number. Let's have more examples of real numbers. The real number system. Okay. Subsets of real numbers. Rational numbers. Ayun, no? So, 0.333, 85.25, square root of 110, negative 5, 0.7, negative 15, 0.25, that's repeating decimal. 2 and 1/4, mixed number, improper fraction, proper fraction, negative decimals, negative 2.75, square root of 9, rational square roots, negative 5, 6, negative proper fraction are rational numbers. Okay? So, integers. Yun, integers. 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 5, negative 6 na papunta doon sa kaliwa. Then, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ayun. So, those are negative integers. How about the whole numbers? Whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay? Natural numbers naman ay mag-umpisa tayo sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So, another example siya ng real numbers. How about irrational numbers? Ayun, no? So, a pi, E, ito yung Euler's number na sinabi natin doon kanina. Okay? So, a pi. And, yeah, okay. Square root of 1.5. Square root of 1.5, that's approximately 1.224744. Pero, again, that's irrational number dahil yung 1.5 hindi siya perfect squares. Negative square root of 11. So, negative, pero ang radicand niya ay 11. So, hindi siya rational. Square root of 2, ganun din. No? That's 1.414213 and so on. Square root of 17, ganun din. 2/5, radicand, hindi siya perfect squares, therefore that's irrational number. Ito din, 2.236, yun, no? So, hindi rin siya rational numbers. Okay? Yeah. So, let's practice. Okay? So, let's classify each real number as a natural number, a whole number, an integer, a rational number, or an irrational number. Put a check mark to all possible answers. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's have number 1. Let's have number 1. So, square root of, no, negative 18. Is it natural number? Pag sinabi nating natural number or counting number, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So, is it a whole number? So, hindi rin siya whole number. Diba? Kasi 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 din yan. Diba? Is it an integer? Yes, it's an integer. It's a negative integer. So, may check tayo dito. Okay? So, it's a negative integer and therefore, it belongs to a set of integer. Ngayon, rational number ba siya? Okay? Yes, kasi ang real number, ang integer is a rational number. Di ba? Kanina, sinasabi natin, natural number, whole numbers, integers are subsets of rational numbers. Okay? Ngayon, ang tanong, is it irrational number? No. Okay? Hindi siya irrational number. Kasi ang negative 18, pwede natin siya express as negative 18 over 1. Okay? It's in the form of A over B. So, therefore, it's not in, it will not be considered as irrational number. Okay? Let's have number 2. Square root of 15. Square root of 15. Okay? So, 15 is not a perfect square. So, hindi siya natural number, hindi siya whole number, hindi siya integer, at hindi siya lalong rational number. Ano siya? So, it's an irrational number. Okay? Ayun. Sana nakuha nyo. How about 3/4? 3/4, is it a natural number? No. Is it a whole number? No. How about an integer? No. An integer is a negative integers, negative 1 to negative, and a whole number. Okay? It's a fractional form. Pero, it will be considered as rational number because it's in the form of A over B. Diba? So, it's a proper fraction. So, therefore, it will be considered as rational number but not irrational number. Okay? Ayun. Okay, so this time let's have 2.53. 2.53. Is it a natural number? No, it's not a natural number. Is it a whole number? Again, it's not a whole number. How about an integer? No, it's not an integer. That's terminating decimal. Okay? So, but it is a rational number because a terminating decimal is considered as rational number. And therefore, so lalagyan natin dito ng check. At wala tayong check dito sa irrational. Kasi pag rational na yan, no, hindi na siya irrational number. Pag irrational number na yan, hindi na siya rational. Diba? Okay, so let's continue. So how about 0? 0? Is it natural number? Okay. So natural number or a counting number starts from 1. 1, 2, 3. So hindi siya natural number. Pero whole number ba siya? Yes. Kasi ang whole number, nag-umpisa yan sa 0. Okay? So, lagyan natin dito na check. Ngayon, is it an integer? Yes. Because a whole number is an integer. Diba? So, lagyan din natin siya ng check. Is it a rational number? Rational number ba yung 0? Yes, because integer is a subset of rational number. So, lagyan din natin check. Kung rational na siya, hindi na siya irrational number. Diba? Okay, so ganun lang mag-identify ng subsets of a rational number. Okay? So, next competency tayo. So, arranges real numbers in increasing or decreasing order and on the number line and on the number line. Okay? So, i-arrange natin. Anong ibig sabihin ng increasing order? So, simula sa mababa, pataas. Ang decreasing naman ay simula sa mataas, pababa. Di ba? Ganun na yun. No? So, pero papakita natin sa number line. Okay? So, this time, ito ay lumalabas na ating lesson number 2. Okay? Pinagsama ko na yung lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. So, arranging real numbers on the number line. Ayun, okay? Okay, so this one is known as a number line. Okay, makikita nyo dyan. Makikita na yung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Okay, so yung papunta sa kanan, those are positive numbers. Ang papunta naman sa kaliwa, those are the negative numbers. Kita nyo naman, di ba? So pag pumakaliwa ka, yun ay negative numbers. Pag pumakanan ka naman, those are positive numbers. Okay? So, ngayon, ikukumpara natin. Ang negative 4 ay mas mababa kumpara sa negative 3. Yung negative 3 ay mas mababa kumpara sa negative 2. Diba? Ang negative 1 mas mababa kumpara sa 0. Parang ganito lang yan. No? Halimbawa, yung negative ay may utang kang 1 peso. So, ito naman wala. So, alin yung mas magandang pakinggan? Yung wala kang utang o meron kang utang na 1 peso lang? Diba? So, lumalabas, ang mas maganda yung wala kang utang. Ito naman, wala kang pera. Ito meron kang 2. O, edi mas maganda yung may 2 ka kaysa walang pera. Excuse me po. Okay? So, walang pera ulit dun sa 4 o may 4 ka. Diba? May 4 ka, ito 2 lang. Diba? So, alin yung mas magandang pakinggan o yung mas masaya, sabihin natin. Ito may 2, ito 4. O lalo na yung papunta dun sa kanan, di ba? So habang yung nasa kanan niya ng number na yun ay mas mataas sa kanya, ibig sabihin. Ganito, negative 1. Lahat ng nasa kanan niya ay mas mataas sa kanya. Pero lahat ng nasa kaliwa niya ay mas mababa sa kanya. Okay? Yun, di ba? Check natin. Yung 1. Yung lahat ng nasa kanan niya ay 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 2, 2.6, 3 and 1/3, 3 and 3/4, 4.5, and square root of 25. Andun, lahat yun ay mas mataas sa kanya. Pero yung nasa kaliwa niya naman, mga negative. Ayan, no? So, mas mababa sa kanya yun. Okay? Ayan. So, pero, ang 0 is neither negative nor positive. Kumbaga, balance lang siya. Wala siyang sign. Wala siyang pinapanigan. Okay? So, 0 siya. So, it's neither positive nor negative. Neither negative nor positive. Okay? Okay. Ngayon, pag-aralan naman natin ang tungkol sa comparing, no? Sa real numbers. More comparing real numbers. Okay, so ngayon, let's have to use the symbols lesser than, greater than, or equal to compare each of the following. Okay, ito, no? So, ngayon, na-compare natin kanina yung mga integers. So, this time, let's have this one, no? A negative 3 and a 5. So, ano ba mas mataas? Okay? So, kung negative 3, andito yung negative 3. Yung positive 5 andun. No? Nandun pa sa kanan. Di ba sinasabi natin, lahat ng nasa kanan niya ay mas mataas sa kanya. So, meaning, yung 5 is greater than negative 3. Or in other words, negative 3 is lesser than 5. So, anong tamang symbol na gagamitin natin? So, ang tamang symbol na gagamitin natin should be this one. Okay? So, lesser than. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, this time, let's have number 2. So, number 2 is 0.25. Oh, ang 1/4, pag kinonvert natin into a decimal, that's 0.25. So, ano lang ang ibig sabihin yan? So, ang ibig sabihin natin dyan ay pareho lang, no? So, gagamitin natin yung equal sign. So, 0.25 is equal to 1/4. Diba? Okay. So, this time, let's have that number 3. A negative 7.8 compared to positive 7.8. So, kitang-kita na natin na pag negative yung kakumparahan niya, so mas mababa mas mababa yon. Okay? So, kaya ang gamit natin dito ay lesser than. Okay? Ayan. So, this time, let's have number 4. So, number 4, that's 9/5. 9/5, that's 1.8. So, it's 1.8. So, it's 1.8. So, this one is square root of 2. Square root of 2 is approximately, it's 1.414. It's between square root of 1 and square root of 4. Diba? So, it's 1 and 2. Okay? Pero, mas malapit siya sa 1. So, that's approximately 1.414, diba? So, this one is 9/5. That's 1.8. So, 1.8. Okay. So, ibig sabihin nun, mas mataas itong 1.8. So, it should be greater than square root of 2. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this time, ipay. Ipay is 3.14, 3.14, diba? So, it's 1.4 something, diba? So, mas mataas siya kaysa 3. So, that means that's greater than. So, ang gagamitin natin ay yung greater than. Okay? How about this one? A 1/3 by 0.333 with ellipsis. So, they are equal. Diba? So, 1/3 is equivalent to decimal is 0.133. 0.333. So, that means they are equal. Okay? So, how about this one? Square root of 40 and 4. Square root of 40 and 4? Square root of 40, that's between square root of 36, so that's 6. Oh, square root of 40, it's between square root of 36, square root of 36 is 6. Okay, so it's more than 6. 6 point something siya. So, makikita natin na mas mataas nga yung square root of 40 because it lies between 6 and 7. Diba? So, 36 and 49. So, nasa pagitan ng 6 and 7. So, mas mataas siya compared to 4. Okay? So, it should be greater than. Okay? So, and how about this one? So, 3.2727. Okay. Oh, 3.27. So, it's with vinculum. Pero itong 32/7, that's an improper fraction. 32 divided by 7, may makukuha tayong 4. O it's 4 point something na siya. Diba? 32 divided by 7, 4 point something na siya. So, meaning, mas mataas yung 32/7 compared to 3.272727. So, that means, ang gagamitin nating symbol ay lesser than. So, 3.2727 is lesser than 32/7. Okay? This time, let's locate the following numbers on the number line. Okay, so locate natin, alamin natin saan natin makikita, no? Yung real numbers na yan sa number line. Okay, ito, no? So, number 1 is negative 5/3, 4, negative 3, 2 and 1/4, and square root of 65. Kaya, tignan nyo to, no? Negative 5/3, di ba? Yung negative 5/3, pag kinonvert natin yan into a decimal, negative 5/3, so, andito siya banda sa negative sides. Tapos, Pag dinivide natin, ilang 3 meron sa 5? Di ba isa? Di ba? So, lagpas siya sa negative 1. Pero, pag tinanggal natin yon, so, 5 minus 3, so that's 2. So, matitira ay, ang mangyayari dyan, ang katumbas nito pala ay negative 1 and ilan natira? 2. 2/3. Diba? Ito ang katumbas ng negative 5/3. Okay? Mahirap magsulat sa gamit ang mouse. Okay. So, ayun, no? So, ang 2/3, ang katumbas nito ay 0.66666. Negative 1 and 2/3. Okay? So, saan natin makikita yon? So, kung ito ang negative 1, so, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3, andito siya banda. Di ba? So, ayun. Negative 5/3. Dito nga siya makikita. Okay? Yun, no? So, how about etong 4 na to? O, alam na this. Di ba? So, okay, alam na natin to. 4. So, saan natin makita? So, syempre, andito siya. Ito yung 4 eh, oh. So, wala na. Huwag na kayong mag-alangan pa. No? So, yan na mismo yan. Okay? Ayun. Di ba? So, 4. So, ayun nga. How about that negative 3? Ganun din. Di ba? Alam na this. Di ba? So, negative 3, andito din yan. Tingnan nga natin. O yun, sa pool. Okay, negative 3. So, negative 3 ay talagang andun. How about 2 and 1 port? Ayun, ito na naman ng 2 and 1 port. Ang 1 port, ang katumbas niyan ay 0.25. Diba? 1 divided by 4, that's 0.25. That's 2.25. Diba? Oh, 2.25. Andito yung 2. Andito yung 2. Oh, pag gitna niyan, 0.5 yan eh. Diba? 2.5. Ay, saan banda yung 2.25? O yun. Oh, so, kung lumagpas siya rito sa gitna, mali yun. Kasi 2.5 yun eh. Ang 2 and 1 port ay 2.25. So, andyan lang siya. Okay? Ay, ito ngayon. Ito ngayon. Ang medyo, okay, diba? Square root of 65. Diba? Square root of 65 is in between square root of 64 and square root of 64 is 8, so 81, no? So, andito siya sa pagitan nitong dalawa. Diba? Nasa pagitan siya ng 8 tsaka 9. So, 64 and this one is 81. Uy, 64, 65 to. Malapit na malapit siya sa 8. No? Sanggang dikit sila. Okay? Tignan nga natin. Ayun, no? Dumikit nga sa square root of 64, which is 8. So, square root of 65, kunti lang, no? Lumagpas lang siya ng kunti sa 8. Okay? So, ayun. So, ganun lang pala mag-plot ng numbers, ng mga real numbers dun sa ating number line. So, meaning to say, this number line is pwede nating tawagin as real number line. Andun siya lahat eh. Oh. No? Meron siyang natural numbers, meron siyang integers, meron siyang fraction, and that fraction can be converted into a decimal. Diba? Okay. So, irrational number, andun din. Diba? So, meaning, pwede nating tawagin to as a real number line. Okay? So, ngayon, i-arrange natin. Arrange natin yung ito, no? So, increasing order. Pag sinabi nating increasing order, so simula sa mababa, no? Increase pataas. Okay? Simula sa mababa, pataas. Okay. So, anong mauna? Syempre ito, negative 3. Yun, negative 3. Siya mauna. Then, followed by negative 5/3. Then, 2 and 1 fourths. Then, 4 and square root of 65. Okay? Increasing. Pataas. Ito yung pinakamataas eh. Okay? So, makikita rin naman natin dito. Okay? So, yan. Paano naman pag decreasing order? Okay? Alin dito ang mauna? So, decreasing ay simula sa mataas pababa. Alin yun? Ito, square root of 65. Diba? Then, followed by 4 followed by 2.25 or 2 and 1/4 and negative 5/3 or negative 1 and 2/3, and finally we have that negative 3. Okay? So, ganun lang pala siya kadali. Okay? So, ngayon, sa inyong mga activities, pwede nyo nang masagutan. Diba? So, how to arrange real numbers on a number line. Okay? So, that's it. Ang ating napag-aralan ay dalawa, lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. So, lesson number 1 is all about subsets of real number, but this time, lesson number 2 is how to arrange real numbers on the number line. Okay? So, ayan, muli ay maraming salamat sa patuloy na panunood ng ating video na to. Sana ay may napulot uli kayo na sabihin natin na natutunan kayo, no? May natutunan kayo sa aking presentation. Okay? So, kunti pang improvement para sa presentation natin. Sana mapag-aralan ko pa, no? So, at sana kung nagustuhan niyo yung video na to, so pwede niyo naman siyang i-like. Okay? So, pwede kayong mag-comment. Babasahin natin yan. No? Then, mas maganda mag-subscribe kayo para mapanood pa natin o makapagawa pa tayo ng mga video na katulad nito na makatutulong sa ating pag-aaral. Okay? So, again, maraming salamat sa inyong panunood.